Broadcom Limited has made an unsolicited $103 billion offer for rival chipmaker Qualcomm Inc. It's the tech industry's largest attempted takeover and is destined to come under intense regulatory scrutiny. Broadcom said Monday that it would not have pushed forward with the proposed buyout if it were not confident that its global customers would embrace the deal. It was not clear who Broadcom was referring to, but Apple Inc. is San Diego-based Qualcomm's biggest customer. The two have been lumped in a long-running legal battle, with Apple refusing to pay any royalties owed to Qualcomm for some of the features in the iPhone. Industry analysts believe that if Apple does not challenge the deal, it's one hurdle that Broadcom will have cleared. Given Apple's significance, we believe this deal will not go forward unless Apple is on board, wrote analysts with William Blair. William Blair's Anil Doradla also wrote Broadcom's recent decision to move its legal home from Singapore to the US would probably take a more amiable approach toward handset industry players and try to resolve Qualcomm's existing legal disputes. Qualcomm's other customers include DirecTV, Samsung Electronics Co., and Amazon.com. Shares of Qualcomm were up about 2% around 10:15 a.m. Pacific Time. Broadcom shares were down about 0.6%. Each stock made big gains Friday after rumors of Broadcom's offer hit the news. President Trump appeared with Broadcom chief executive Hock Tan last week, saying the company will relocate to the United States. Some analysts have said Broadcom would be interested in such a move because the company could have an easier time getting U.S. regulatory approval for future acquisitions. Tan has a history of aggressively acquiring other firms to boost his company's growth. The Broadcom offer of $70 per share to Qualcomm stockholders would be $60 per share in cash and $10 per share of Broadcom stock. Broadcom says its proposal is a 28% premium over the closing price of Qualcomm common stock on November 2, the last trading day for the companies that was unaffected by rumors of the offer. It has also offered to pick up $25 billion in debt. Qualcomm said that it is reviewing the bid, and that it will have no comment until that review is completed by its board. There has already been broad consolidation in the computer chip sector, and a tie-up between the two giant companies would create a massive producer. Qualcomm and Broadcom compete on several fronts, including with Bluetooth technology and radio frequency front-end transceiver amplifiers. This deal would give Broadcom a leading position in virtually every high-value semiconductor socket in a smartphone, Bernstein research analyst Stacy Rasgon said in a note to clients. It also sets up a tough question for Qualcomm's board and shareholders: accept an offer now that would value the company at more than $100 billion, or hang on to hopes that new 5G wireless networks and the expansion of cellular technologies into other industries would result in an even higher value in the long term. Broadcom's unsolicited offer comes as Qualcomm is trying to close its $38 billion acquisition of NXP Semiconductors. NXP is one of the largest makers of chips for vehicles and expanding into self-driving technology. Buying NXP would diversify Qualcomm beyond smartphones, pushing it into automotive microcontrollers, near-field communications, Internet of Things and other markets. Antitrust officials, who also would have to approve a Broadcom-Qualcomm deal, are still considering Qualcomm's purchase of NXP. The Qualcomm-NXP deal has approval from 5 global regulators but is waiting for reviews in Europe, China, South Korea and Japan. Activist NXP shareholders have been lobbying NXP to seek a higher price from Qualcomm. Broadcom's offer stands regardless of whether the pending NXP transaction is completed. We would not make this offer if we were not confident that our common global customers would embrace the proposed combination, Tan said in a statement Monday. With greater scale and broader product diversification, the combined company will be positioned to deliver more advanced semiconductor solutions for our global customers and drive enhanced stockholder value. Broadcom, which manufactures communications chips around the world, said last week that it would relocate its legal address to Delaware once shareholders approve the move, bringing $20 billion in annual revenue back to the U.S. Its most recently reported annual revenue was $13.2 billion worldwide. Its corporate headquarters are already in San Jose. A year ago, the company entered a $5.5 billion agreement to merge with U.S. network provider Brocade Communications Systems, but that deal has been delayed while it's scrutinized by the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. The High-Level Government Committee, familiarly known as CFI-US, investigates proposed acquisitions of U.S. companies by foreign buyers on national security and intellectual property grounds. By relocating its legal home to the US, Broadcom could avoid the CFI US process. The original Broadcom was founded by Henri Samueli and Henry T. Nicholas III in the early 1990s and was based in Irvine, helping to turn Orange County into a technology hub. Last year, Tanzavago Technologies Limited bought the chipmaker for $37 billion. The combined company adopted the Broadcom name. Last week, Qualcomm reported revenue of $22.3 billion for fiscal 2017. Broadcom said that if the deal is approved, it expected a combined company to have revenue of about $51 billion. Caption Times staff writer James F. Peltz and San Diego Union Tribune staff writer Mike Freeman contributed to this report. UPDATS 102.5 AM. This article was updated with analyst comment, more recent stock prices, and information about the Qualcomm NXP deal. 730 AM. This article was updated with analyst comment and Broadcom history. 655 AM. This article was updated throughout with additional details. This article was originally published at 5 AM. Qualcomm Inc., Broadcom Corp., Samsung Group,